trick commentary video. Hey guys, it's Drew here. Decided to take a page out of Sean from Shop Task YYC's book and do a little trick commentary today. I really love flatland skating, clearly, but I feel that it's sort of suffering from a language barrier at this point. You know, if you're an aggressive skater, you can think about it like if you show a regular person an edit of somebody doing switch-ups on a handicap rail or something like that, they can appreciate the difficulty of it. They acknowledge, you know, maybe that a lot of the things that they're doing are different, you know, the transitions between the two are different, but without that ability to put names to things, they can't really make those finite discriminations that lead to that sort of deeper enjoyment of what's happening. And also, I've been getting a lot of requests from people lately on how to do various tricks or what various tricks are called. So I have to imagine, you know, if people are reaching out to me and asking questions, there are probably a lot more out there who would like to know but haven't reached out for whatever reason. So here we go. All right, so this first one, and I'm gonna kind of go through these pretty slow. You can't see, before I come into frame, I do a little Mohawk, which is starting out on an inside edge and stepping back into another inside edge and kind of falling into these corresponding edges, I think is what Sean calls them. So I'm on the left inside edge right now and the right outside, and coming around, following the circle. Here we get into a little gazelle, and when I'm bringing my right foot around, you see it's kind of going into what's called a crossed heel compass. So my right foot is coming up to the heel, and the left foot is falling to the outside edge. So what this does is it essentially makes the one wheel that you put down a sort of pivot point that you can turn around, and you can see with the other foot on the outside edge, it kind of follows around. So this, I think when I was learning to do it, I had already learned the closed front gazelle at this point, which is what this kind of falls into. But yeah, there's a weird transition point somewhere around right here where if you just kind of let your foot come back down and make that edge transfer, you can see there's an edge transfer between there and there. It sets you up perfectly for a front gazelle. So coming around with the front gazelle, front closed gazelle, and right here, you can see before I hit the apex or the pointy point of the gazelle, which is right here, that's where the big transfer is happening. Coming up on one foot and finishing with a lion, which is basically a 1 foot gazelle. So I'm coming back in on the right outside edge, making that transfer right here, and then right inside edge, kicking it out. And I also want to point out shoulders. If you notice through the sequence, my shoulders and hips are pretty well in line, and this is something that's going to be very important to the success of this trick. You don't want to get all wrapped up. If your hips are in front of your shoulders, you're going to run into trouble. If your shoulders are in front of your hips, you're going to run into trouble. If you forego the cigarette that I have in my hand right there, you're actually going to have an easier time doing this. But yeah, there it is. So let's watch this normal speed. There it is. It's very fast. Okay, so the second one, let's see what's going on here. All right, so I'm coming in the Mohawk again. You can see the Mohawk a little bit better here. It's almost a spread eagle, but you maintain, you can see they're both on an inside edge, which is gonna, you know, clearly bring you around the circle. So the Mohawk coming back around, and then right here, I'm lifting up my right foot and kind of stepping over to the forward direction. And there's a little edge transfer there happening on my right foot, so I'm going from an inside to an outside edge. Right foot landing on the inside edge. It comes around, and here you can see the left foot lift up as the right foot sort of reaches that apex edge transfer, coming back out with a right inside to outside lion. And then transferring, well, it's another lion technically, it's an outside to inside lion. And you'll notice on these lions, my free foot is sort of informing where my other foot's gonna go. So I'm coming in right here. You can see as my right foot's coming back on the outside edge, going from the inside to the outside edge, my free foot sort of aiding in the motion for the rotation by staying behind it. We kick out here, land in sort of a heel compass. So let's watch that again, normal speed. All right, so let's see what's going on in this one. So coming in, it'd be a right inside to outside lion. Then touching down, transferring to the other foot, pushing off, and there's a right outside to inside lion with a crossover. If I remember right, this was just a little Dancy thing that I did kind of in front of the camera while going back to get another clip of something else. But it looks nice, so I ended up keeping it. Yep. Inside to outside lion, push off on the other foot, outside to inside lion, crossover. Okay, let's watch that normal speed. There it is. Okay, so this next one, let's see. So coming in, it looks like I did a inside to outside 3-turn. That's a 1 foot forward to backward transition, or backward to forward. If you're going forward to back like I am in this, you can see I'm coming up on my toe wheel and using that lift to make the transfer around. And then, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. Okay, so here's the heel one. So when you put these together, you get what's called a twizzle. So a twizzle is going to be 2 real fast consecutive 3 turns. Then coming in on an inside edge for an inside to outside lion. And yeah, the key to these lions is really to find the balance points to where you can keep that other foot up, I guess, is the real point of it. But being really comfortable going on inside and outside edges, consecutive edge drills are really, really good for this. So let's go ahead and go back and watch it at normal speed. Cool. Next clip. All right. So, sure we've all done this a million times. It's the one heel wheel sort of power slide stop thing. So I'm up on my right heel wheel and my left foot is parallel to my, or perpendicular rather, to my direction of travel. So it's getting a little slide going on. And then it's coming around almost kind of like a Mohawk-y thing. And here we go into what I call a daffy spin. So you notice I'm on my left toe wheel, right heel wheel. And this is how you get those sort of indefinite 2-foot spins that you see people do. So coming all the way around. And then here we have back gazelle. Yeah. So let's watch that at full speed. Back up, Mr. Truck. There we go. Okay, this next one I'm actually starting in frame. That's weird. You can see I have one foot crossed over the other foot, got some heel wheel on the crossed foot. Yep, heel compass, lion, another lion, kick out. Then falling into this sort of Mohawk heel compass thing. That's always fun to do. Let's watch it in normal speed. Yes. All right, so this last one, the light's kind of messing with me. I'll do my best to see what I was doing here. So it looks like I got one foot right inside edge, mohawking. So both feet on the inside edge coming around. Then keeping left foot planted down as I continue around the circle. Right foot comes up and the left foot ends up doing a sort of inside to outside lion right here. Let's see that again. So we got the Mohawk, both inside edges. Foot lifts up, makes the edge transfer for the other foot. So that's sort of using the momentum from the Mohawk coming around in order to make the edge transfer and continue the momentum. So now we have this outside edge on one foot happening from the lion. And here's this little step over to the outside edge of the other foot, coming back, and little gazelle to foot out front cross thing. I don't know, I guess it's sort of, it's not quite a crossed heel compass, but it's sort of in that direction. So let's watch that one full speed. And there it is. All right, well, thanks for checking out this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope I helped put some names to some various maneuvers for people. For those of you that are trying to learn these type of things, I hope that was helpful. Yeah, drop me a line if you have any questions, comments, anything like that. I may get into more tutorials on how to do these various things instead of just breakdowns if there's the demonstrated need for that. So if you would like to see things like that, be sure to let me know. Also, check out the last video I just put out. It's called Desperado. It's on the YouTube channel, and the Vimeo I just started, which is also City Blades. And yeah, keep checking back for cool stuff like this. See ya.